every writer and every artist, no matter what age. Well, quite frankly, it's boring. But original art with me as well. A veteran of the comic book industry for 30 years, of a writer, of an artist, and this sucks.
Episode, The Wrong Medicine.
Don't start! We haven't left yet!
Hi, sorry. Oh, we're late. We're tardy. Tardy!
No, actually, it's not her fault.
No.
Our son came by with his wife,
This
who would be our
beautiful,
daughter-in-law,
charming, lovely wife.
and they're like, "Oh, you guys got a show at 5, right?" We're like, yeah.
Yeah.
So get out of here.
So we kicked him out for you guys.
Yeah.
But don't feel bad.
No. Should
But,
appreciate
you know, we know our priorities. Is that what we're calling them?
I don't think I would go that far.
I was like, why? 23 comments already. You guys are on fire. Oh, I look really tired. Oh, I see myself. I'm sorry. Sorry. We should do like, you're fine, but I'm blurry. That'd be all right. Wrong medicine. What wrong medicine are we doing? Boy, I slept a lot yesterday, though.
We're always full of the wrong medicine. That's the problem.
Wrong medicine. Bad medicine. Who's saying that? Bad medicine.
No, that was
bad medicine.
Is that from New Jersey.
Bon Jovi?
Yeah. I know where they're from, but I can't think of their name. Give me a break. What's my problem?
Well,
you know those guys from New Jersey that had the long hair?
We don't got that kind of time for your problems.
That's true. Yikes. Okay, so
Sibling Vaughn, hi you.
We have guests today if they show up, and which is kind of abnormal for us. So we'll try to squeeze.
Somebody likes us.
We'll have to squeeze a lot of content into a short amount of time before.
Good luck.
Yeah,
it's like
it never seems to happen, does it?
Oh, I was gonna say something inappropriate.
I didn't say it was good content. I was
just saying squeezing is like me trying to put clothes on right now. Ooh, I've been in my jammies way too long.
Yeah. Well.
Hi guys. Oh, I already said that.
Yeah. Well, you're in your jammies all the time because. Yeah. I'm just
comfortable.
I'm just saying it's my favorite Bugs Bunny cartoon.
It
is. That's why I keep playing it.
Okay. Hi, Leg Kick. Hi, Daniel.
Leg Kick is here because Leg Kick is almost always here, but he was also the first one in the chat. Oh. And you know what you get for that? Nothing. But thanks for joining us.
I like it so much.
Stippling Vaughn is here.
Yay.
He says, I got my number 2 pencil sharpened. School's in session with Brohawk. Don't be a troublemaker, Aaron, or the teacher will put you in time out. Indeed, she will. Daniel Russell's here.
Detention.
Hello, chat. Shelley Supreme and Puppet Abuser. But not only am I a puppet abuser, I'm a chat abuser.
He's an equal.
That's right. I abuse everybody equally. Prater 7 is here. Blackjack.
Stat.
Skip Edwards Art.
Richie Dupe's new for me. I remember Dupe.
No, Richie Dupe's.
For me?
No, he's not new. You're just forgetting.
Could be. You know, if we turned out all the lights, would I glow in the dark yet? You think? 3 more. No, and I'm done.
Here, think about this.
Okay.
So nearly perfect. If you only had a living brain.
I don't think I did.
Yeah. See.
I don't think I did.
I'll be right back. Richie Dupe.
I'll be right back.
I don't. Yeah. See ya. Thanks for joining us.
Time for now.
Citizen Ronan's here. Richie Dupe, who I know who you are, Richie. So sorry that Bill Weist is here. Stat Zero. Neon Todd Studios joined us. Citizen Ronan, we got 31 people in here. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you for the promotion and advertising. Speaking of which, let's get the public service announcement out of the way right away. Hit that like and subscribe button. Gosh darn it, because I'm begging you. I'm begging you to do it. It is helpful, I guess. So they tell me, I'm about to, people have been saying that I need to do more like little short videos, pre-taped videos. And so I've been trying to do that. I've been doing a lot of unboxing videos, and I've got another thing right here that I'll film later and post tomorrow morning.
What'd you buy now? Did I buy it?
No.
Oh.
No, this
You
is
bought something else?
This is an art book.
Oh, okay.
From
I realized
our good friend Mark
what
Nelson.
was wrong.
Okay. Well, you don't need to share, do you?
Well, the kids came over and I forgot I was getting ready, and I only put mascara on the bottom. That's why I felt like I looked funny.
Okay.
See, it's better now. I had a little bit of mascara.
You felt top heavy?
Yeah. No, I felt naked on top.
Okay. Randy Howell is here. H is for Heretics says, hello, everybody. Hi, Shelley. Hey, Shelley's
Hi.
husband.
Oh, not cute.
It seems like maybe you forgot my name. So here, maybe this will
A-
jog your
Aaron.
memory. There you go. That might help you think of it.
Aaron.
Joseph Dredd is here. Let's see. This says Richie Dupe says, I'm watching Seinfeld. His hairline is suspicious. Was his hair real? This question has never suited CG more than either hat group or something.
Richie Dupe. I love it. Aaron Louvier.
Running a bit late. Maybe Aaron has to dry his hair.
Oh.
Maybe Aaron has to do this.
Must do that. Well, we actually had a little visit with our kids, and then
look, they're squeaky.
Yeah.
Hey, squeaky.
Hey, squeaks.
Aaron Louvier.
Howdy.
Corey Landis. He loves Wonderful, or she loves. Is Corey a guy or a girl? I don't know.
Could be either.
I don't want to misgender you, Corey.
No, but the picture.
I love Wonderful Things. No, I can't even tell what the picture.
You have your glasses on. I don't.
This is very ambiguous.
I know, it's kind of awkward. Let us know.
Let us know, Corey, so that I don't misgender you. Puppet Protective Services is going to schedule a visit. Yeah, because Randy must have turned us in. Let's see here.
Ooh.
K30.
What?
How do you say that? K33 Unseen. K33 Unseen.
3 Unseen. I don't know.
3 Unseen?
I don't know. Joseph Dredd.
Aaron probably has to put some powder on the dome so we don't all go blind.
Yeah.
Here, this might help you go blind. There you go.
Boom.
Luke Korolowitz.
Struggle bus.
Luke, I do this every week.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Korolowitz is here.
Holla if you hear me. Holla.
Now let's see. Daniel Russell. Awesome Brohawk tonight. Real talent. Should I?
Throw him up, honey.
Just give one of those.
Okay.
Dan, the Pizza Man Genovese is here. He's going to get this reputation like he's a pizza guy or something. Just the Italian name. There's the Evil One giving us $5 American. Thanks, Evil One. Appreciate that. Yo, Aaron, I guess I can help you out by being a wrench or mod for the chat. We can't let Rini win. I missed you, Shelley.
Oh, thanks. So nice.
Does Evil One have a?
I don't see any wrenches on there.
Well, no, we don't see them, but they're on the other.
Oh, I didn't bring that laptop in. I look on my phone.
We'll get you wrenched up, Evil One. I trust you.
Okay.
Christina
Lynn, hello, darling. Tippy Tail McKitty, hello.
Tippy Tail.
Hello.
Paul Brillhart is here. Actual living guest, not Weekend at Bernie guest. Okay, worth a try.
I know. So I was like, when he said your picture, I was like, oh, a real one.
Yeah, they're actually alive.
Really one.
Christina Lynn is here. Of course.
What am I doing? Oh yeah.
Of course, Christina is a freelance editor and proofreader that worked on Wraith of God. I almost laugh at it because it's just it's part of the routine now. Tarks9 all the way from Canada is here. I almost laugh at it because it's just there you go.
Rookie.
I
was looking for wrenches.
Tippy Tails says, Aaron, did you sell your Fragtober piece yet? One guy offered $300. That's exactly what I sold it for. I don't know if it was from the guy who offered or not, but somebody contacted me and offered me, and so I said, it's yours, and now they have it.
Oh. Oh, was that all the taping I heard this week?
Yes. What is the name of
Hate
that
sound?
It's the sound of money. What is the name of that cartoon with the scientist and the robot? That would be Water, Water, Every Hair. H-A-E or H-A-R-E
Oh.
as in rabbit. I've got action figures from that cartoon.
Shelley, hey.
Let's see. Marcus Killigrew says, as of right now, he's the same age as Aaron. Well, that's,
I'm sorry.
We're still.
Oh, no, congratulations. Yay.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. This is for Shelley.
Not the neck.
Driakos says Aaron was a true winner. Thank you. Thank you. I get that every year, and yet I still don't have a belt. So
well,
I'm the people's champ.
There you go.
We'll
go with that.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Right.
Okay. Well, let's as our
he scrolls so fast.
As our Muppet friend said, we're gonna go and
I want to recognize, don't do it yet. Consumer Maid's daughter. Hello, darling. Remember, she's not happy when I'm not on.
Oh, 80s Consumer Maid.
Right.
You just said Consumer Maid.
Oh, 80s Consumer Maid. Sorry, my bad. Hi, darling.
Yeah, apparently she's doesn't like the show when Shelley's not here, so doesn't have a lot of love for me. But
so sweet.
Despite that, I'm going to overcome that, and we're going to move on.
You be all right? Okay.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Did you get your crack? Sorry.
80s made consumer's daughter. I apologize.
You just ignore that one, honey.
What'd
you get?
We have dipped cheesecake bites in.
You only got one little thing.
Yeah. All right. So it's starting to sweat, so they're melting down a little bit. So you better get it in your mouth.
Talking about me or the?
No, the.
Oh, they're kind of slimy-ish.
Yeah, well, I told you they're starting to sweat. They're supposed to be refrigerated.
I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
It's very cheesecakey.
Ooh.
Very chocolatey. Very berry-ish.
That ain't bad.
That's good stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you didn't get a bigger one.
Mm-hmm.
Strap that thing onto my face like a feed bag. Ate them all. My gosh, it was so good.
That was good.
Mm.
Yeah, another one.
You got another one?
No.
Awesome.
Should we just get rid of it now?
Bring it on.
All right, I'll take the broken one.
You take the broken one because they taste worse. Mm.
Mm. Mm. Mm. That's good stuff.
Mm.
That's good stuff.
Oh, man.
Well, what are you laughing at?
Because here we're like, and I'm like, oh, my clothes are getting tighter. My Husker.
Mm. Look at that. My wife made cream cheese pumpkin bread. That sounds so good.
I might have to.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, Aaron, chew your food. Seriously.
Just showed the stream on Twitter.
It was so good.
Got to make that Twitter blue pay off. Oh, that's an $8 investment right there.
Well, I think there's a cheaper one too. I don't know.
There's a cheaper version of the $8 blue check mark on Twitter?
Yes.
Is it a different color?
Ooh, I don't know, but it's cheaper.
Well,
what do I know?
I don't know. I don't get it. Cheesecake Monster. I'm eating homemade brownies. Red Wizard is. Oh, nothing better than that, man.
Are they fun ones?
I just swallow it whole, dude.
Oh my gosh, that was so good. I'm in trouble.
Marcus Killigrew says,
can't find me later. I'm at the store.
His older son's favorite is cheesecake. Now, my mom has this great recipe for
it's cream cheese pie.
Yeah, well, it's a cheesecake pie.
So good.
It's creamier. It's not. It doesn't have quite the firmness that a cheesecake would have.
It's layered.
Yeah,
it has 2 layers. But
I'll
have to make it when I had energy in my world, and I would make it and take it to school. I had one teacher who loved it. Gooey fudge. Oh gosh.
Nom nom nom. Keep it up there, and your anus will get larger.
I'm telling you.
Apologize to any children that are present. I mean, other than Daniel.
That was kind of good.
Dune Ringil says $8 a month from Elon is much cheaper than the shady $15,000 blue check mark sold by the leftist run Twitter.
They would say no and then
slide them a few little cash.
Well, and then they message
up.
them saying, well, but for 15 grand, I can. Who would pay that to get a blue check mark? I mean, I don't understand the people who have blue check marks that are leaving. Who cares?
I don't know. Not me. Apparently, Twitter Blue is $6.49 Canadian for us connects. Well, I guess that's nice of him to. Yeah. But isn't it? Wait a minute. Isn't the dollar?
Well, no, but there's a.
Shouldn't it be more in Canadian?
You guys should know. You guys know everything.
Why would it be less in
there's
Canadian?
A cheaper, and I don't know. That's what people were like. So what do you get for the $4.99?
Death Metal Hero, you two are making me hungry. That's why
just
we're here.
Just wait till you see what we do next.
Wait till your father gets. You remember that show from the 70s? Wait till your father gets home. Yeah,
I heard it all the time.
Yeah. Kathy Griffin was just suspended. Oh, what a sadness!
Oh, and I know Deborah
Kathy Griffin was suspended
left.
for impersonating Elon. She just can't win.
She can't even impersonate herself.
She needs to quit making bad choices. That's what.
Isn't she the one that held up like a bloody Trump head? What an idiot! And she's not even really funny.
No.
I don't get it.
Well, things that are not funny though.
Yeah.
But things we should have respect for are Bernie Wrightson's art. And let's take a look at what we've got today.
Okay. All right.
I have no idea what that was for. I'm just guessing that it looks like Uncle Creepy. And what I'm guessing is that it was probably a piece used for the letter page in Creepy Warrior magazine, because it was definitely small. And Wrightson would oftentimes do that. He would do these drawings on like just leftover pieces of paper. And it was like, so they're all jacked up and stuff. Not finished drawings. He would do finished drawings on that.
Oh.
Maybe paper was, maybe he didn't have enough money and paper was hard to come by. So he used every scrap. I don't know.
Paper safe in this house.
Right. But
sure.
But for some reason he didn't finish it. I'm only guessing it was 1975 based on what I know of Wrightson's style. I think that's, would have been 74 to 76, somewhere in that zone.
He knows his stuff.
I do know some things.
I don't know very much right now.
Boy, I know
my name.
You know what's always good after some chocolate?
Ooh.
Drink.
Yes.
So,
what you got?
All right, I'm going to use the Wraith of God shot glass, which is available on our campaign. Shelley's going to be using the Garbage Man shot glass.
What are we drinking
for ourselves?
We're drinking to
Catching Rainy again since she passed.
Ooh, Ree.
Drinking to the Pursuit. I gave myself you
gave yourself a lot.
I gave myself a triple.
And Garbage Man.
And Wraith of God, you too can have these in your very own home. We're going to start shipping these up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I got to order the boxes.
I love that sound of tape.
Oh, baby. Here we go. Cheers, everyone.
Woo!
Woo!
Wait, something plugged in here. I sound like Biden right there. No. Good stuff right out of the freezer.
Oh, baby.
Where's my water? Oh, there it is. Woo, don't tell anybody.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Good stuff.
Let's dance with Mary Jane one more time to kill the pain. Let's see. They're discussing the blue check mark. I can't imagine how many pieces of art Bernie threw away. That's true, because Simonson told me that he went over there more than once. And there was just, Walter, my good friend, Walter Simonson, and said that there was Wrightson had, there was just like strewn all over the floor and in his garbage. And
wow.
Right. Simon's like, can I have some of these? Just like I tried to pull on Walter and it didn't work.
Have another.
But I think Bernie gave him some of his leftovers.
Oh,
so
didn't you try that at?
I tried with Walter.
Yeah,
I tried to get
I
him to
was
give me any.
saying,
They were
It's
finished
the
pieces.
Coolest studio, and
Yeah, they were finished.
Look
pieces.
out! Oh, yeah, crazy.
Yeah, he had a huge window that looks out kind of in their backyard, which is kind of a forest.
Yeah,
And so they have like deer and stuff coming up.
didn't he have a bear?
He might have.
Pretty
I know
sure
Joe
they have a bear.
Jesco has the same thing out. I don't know if his studio looks out, but his backyard is like woods, and they constantly have like deer and stuff coming in their backyard to eat.
We don't have that in our backyard.
No, ours is fenced in. We do have a dog.
Our backyard
sometimes.
is about that big.
Yeah, we let our dog out there, and he runs around, barks, and that's kind of like a
Oh,
wild
those
animal.
birds and squirrels.
There's
Woo!
tons of squirrels too. That's
Yeah.
wildlife, sort of.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh!
Walter's ears were burning.
Oh my gosh! Hi, Mr. Simonson. Hi.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Walter Simonson joining us from afar.
Oh my gosh, that
Oh,
just
that's so
made my
funny.
week.
Thank
Oh, whew. Well, we aim to please over here.
you. So, Walter, did you get any of those Bernie Wrightson scraps? Did he give them to you?
Yeah.
There it is. Me and Milgram, we both got some of the drawings he was tossing out.
Oh, I think
Look at
I pulled something doing that.
So there you have it.
Oh, just Walter
man,
remember you. That's
Walter Simonson.
because nobody remembers Aaron for some reason.
Yeah,
That's such a
Walter
good
remembers
question.
me. Well, we stayed at his
Oh,
house twice. I hope
that
he
was so
remembers me.
fun. Oh my gosh.
He was very kind to let us stay
Absolutely.
there. He picked me up from the airport.
It's
That was a drive for him,
So
yeah.
good to our son. And
Yep.
you wouldn't believe
Great
he just left actually a little bit ago.
Yeah, he's
With his wife.
29 and married, Walter. And can you believe
Talked
that?
about his plans for his home improvement next week.
Yeah,
Ooh.
guy's a homeowner.
Oh, oh my. Oh, busted. Oh my gosh, that was.
And there he
Woo.
is, of course, saying that are great drawings that nobody else would have tossed. I see Mitch is in the green room.
Hi,
We'll be right
Mitch.
with you, Mitch. Hang in there.
Oh my gosh, that was classic. That's one of my
That's so
favorite.
funny.
That and Peanuts Give Dogs Diarrhea. Those are my two favorite moments on our show ever.
Well, I may have
Oh.
to like clip this scene and use it. for,
Shelley's reactions.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
Stuff.
It's
Yeah,
very
I'm so
funny.
calm.
So that's how you know we're legit when the great Walter Simonson shows up in the chat. That's when you know
Wow.
we are freaking legit.
Exactly.
So, and speaking of being legit, let's bring in our guest,
too legit.
and he can participate
Too
with
legit.
us in some of the shenanigans we have to do until David shows up.
Okay, as I say on your phone.
But we have two guests tonight. The first one here is Mr. Mitch Breitweiser, and of course, former many years ago, great Captain America artist, now
Cool.
running his own publishing empire,
Empire.
and is publishing David Williams'
Bass
Bass Reeves, among other things. So let's bring him in here and find out what he's got to say. Hey, Mitch. Thanks for
Hi,
joining
Mitch.
us.
Hello, Shelley. Nice to be on here. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome.
Our pleasure.
Oh,
David,
he's David.
he's going to be late, but
What's he drawn?
we'll manage a conversation, because I do have actually quite a few questions I want to ask you about your exciting life as a publisher, which is something I always wanted to do, even as a kid. I thought it'd be cool to, I'm self-publishing myself, but it's not the
So
same
you're
thing
kind
as
of-
running
First step.
an operation and hiring people, and which I can imagine is just a colossal pain in the butt at times.
You would not be wrong. Also really awesome at times. So the wins are really awesome. The lessons learned are really hard. But I love where we're at right now. It's a fantastic place to be. Nick, our editor-in-chief, was an amazing hire for the company. He's probably the best writer I've ever worked with. Actually, he's the best writer I've ever worked with on anything. And we've got a great marketing girl in Kathleen, and of course my wife Elizabeth, who helps me manage kind of things in the background. And that's kind of our core team. And we're a fun family.
Yeah.
As
Wouldn't
strange
that
as
be
that
nice
is.
to have a wife that helps a lot? In
I
the
know.
background?
I can only imagine, Mitch, what that would be like.
Sorry.
I definitely would not be here without her. So, yeah,
Dang, I need to up my game.
That's right, Shelley.
Well, I always go,
Jeez. Put the
I should be
pressure on.
doing this, and this, and then I go, oh. Well, I guess I have a good excuse now, but
Without getting too far into the weeds, So you were working at Marvel on Captain America. What gave you the how would I want to say this? The impetus, the motivation to kind of branch out and say, you know what, I'm going to do my own thing.
It wasn't like any one particular thing. It was sort of always a nagging thing I wanted to do. I was always dabbling with, as many of us are as artists, dabbling in our own concepts and creations, and working with some conversations turned into collaborations and, you know, things, whatever. And over the years, I felt pretty confident about some of the intellectual property that my buddy Patrick and I had crafted over the years we spent at Marvel, my wife and I. And I've been looking for an outlet for this for some time. Trying to gauge, you know, where I should take it. Should it be Image Comics? Should we go into comic book stores? Yada yada. It would crowdfund, and then I was watching the Kickstarter space, and it didn't seem like a lot of projects were getting a lot of traction. It seemed difficult to get traction in the crowdfunding space a decade ago, or even 6 years ago, really, is when I was looking at this. And then the opportunity to run the Red Rooster book came up, and then it opened the doors to essentially the groundwork for the publishing pitch, essentially.
So are you now, you guys are no longer dealing with Walmart, is that correct?
We're no longer shipping books to our distributor, who is not Walmart. It's another third-party distributor that does all their books and magazines for all those Walmart stores and many other stores, actually. So we just can't afford to ship them books, is really where we're at.
So are you,
complicated situation.
So are you going to be, are you right now just direct to customer, like, you know, Indiegogo and, you know, all of us that are doing our own projects, or are you, are you setting up another distribution network for wider distribution to, say, stores or comic book shops or whatever? What's your kind of plan in that regard?
So our plan for 2022, which is winding down, was to move direct to consumer, run crowdfunds, finish our 6 episode seasons for the 5 books that we have started, and just do direct to consumer all year long, and look into 2023 to relaunch into stores as, you know, either as, I'm not sure, it could be digest editions or full trade paperbacks in bookstores or Amazon. I'm not 100% sure what it's going to look like, but that will be our 2023. 2022 is about getting these books done, getting special printings of them made and delivered to customers, those that have really been there for us, and back to these books. And another cool thing that we've done very recently is launched our books in Brazil. I don't know if you guys saw that one. That was one of the cool things that emerged out of last year. We partnered with Faro and their new imprint, Poseidon, which is a comic book imprint. And Faro is the largest books publisher and distributor in Brazil, which is very, very cool. So over the last month, 2 of our titles have come out in Portuguese in Brazil, and they're doing, I think they're doing very, I haven't seen the numbers yet, but I think they're doing very well. They're promoting the heck out of them, which I'm really happy about. And the response seems to be very good.
So the responsibility for translation and stuff would be on them, right? So you're shipping them the American books, and then they're translating them and putting them out into the Brazilian market.
Exactly.
Okay. So how many titles does Allegiance have right now that are active?
Active is 5. So Red Rooster, as you all know, the Futurists, Nora's Saga, the Saints. And Nora's Saga, we're shipping that in December. That campaign ran this past summer and spring.
That's Kelsey's book, right?
That's Kelsey's book, yes. And Bass Reeves, which we're running right now, and of course we're waiting on David, the masterful illustrator of Bass Reeves, and the Saints, which I may have mentioned twice. So.
Okay, so give me the creative. Okay, so are you doing Red Rooster, or are you is someone else doing that for you at this point?
Right now, Nick and I are crafting episodes 4, 5, and 6 scripts. So we have pretty solid and detailed treatment for all of them, script for most of it. And we've just put it on the back burner over the last few months to focus on the Saints project, which is done by artist Christian Rosado, who is on fire. And so we're investing our time into feeding Christian pages, since I really don't have the capacity to draw a book full time with all the different things I've been juggling over the last couple of years.
Now, do you find that somewhat? Are you okay with not drawing and running the business as sort of the the publisher? Is that satisfying to you, or do you kind of still miss like drawing full time, or how do you balance that?
I miss it sometimes. It's not a balancing act. It's like there is no balance. Like there is no balance.
Right.
I haven't
That's
drawn very much.
out. Yeah.
I have not drawn very much at all, and so, but I enjoy all this. I like having my hands kind of around the whole pie. And I just think for what we're trying to achieve with this company and with its character-based intellectual properties and with the team that we have, my skill set is sort of best suited, spread out in a number of different places. So Nick and I are very intimate with all the story pieces on this, and I work really closely with Kathleen on the marketing, and of course communicate on the regular with the art talent, and then attempt to bring the whole piece together in book format. So, well,
that's the thing I was kind of finding out just working on Wraith of God was like, promotion and publishing is a full-time job. Yeah. And it's like trying to find time to actually draw the book, which, you really want to do. But at the same time, I'm like you, I enjoy the executive position of kind of overseeing everything and running everything. But I just keep thinking, if I were even to expand to another book and have to hire someone to come in and do it, like I would never have time to draw, because then you're just overseeing two projects would be.
And that's where I always say, if you had a wife that was capable
that's right.
of
if I had a
that,
wife that would help out, just the things we could achieve
so
would
nice
be amazing
around here. Oh my gosh!
Well,
even if I cooked, that would be a bonus.
See, I have to cook too. See, Mitch, it's
I
really
do your laundry.
it's really rough over here. She does do the laundry, so
we'll see after I'm done with cancer treatment. Now you can feel bad.
Oh, see, I knew you were going to drop the old cancer bomb on me. It's just like.
Mister, no, he's been totally supportive. Oh my gosh, that sounded horrible.
See, I know. She's just. I'm going to leave now. Thanks. You just ruined the entire show. Thanks, Shelley.
Too soon.
No, okay.
Too soon.
Mitch,
okay,
we're just messing around, Mitch. Don't worry. So anyway, David Williams has shown up. He looks.
He's excited. Ready to go.
No, he looks like he's half asleep.
Yep,
no, we got some energy at him.
He goes, "Oh, Shelley's here." Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. What's he got there? Oh, I thought that said, Bassmaster
Mr.
Brohawk. There he is, David Williams.
Hello,
Welcome,
David.
Hey, David. Nice seeing you,
guys.
David, have you met Mitch?
I never met him before. I did correspondence through mail.
Yeah.
Pony Express. Like we really went full like character mode for like 1800s. Right. So it's Bass was delivered by Pony Express, all the pages. So.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the question I wanted to ask you guys. Now I got both of you on here and you can both address it one at a time, but what was the idea? What prompted you, Mitch, to, because I would assume you came up with the concept first and gave it to David, but I also know David was aware of it. But anyway, we'll get to David in a second. So why Bass Reeves? Where did that come from? So
it started in 2013. This is back when we were really starting to consider, Elizabeth and I were starting to consider what to do with some of the projects we wanted to do, like Red Rooster and the Futurists and other things. Nora Saga and a few other things that had their kernels that began back then. Mm-hmm. And my dad gave me a newspaper article called from the Arkansas Times, where Bass was on the feature. He was the feature presentation, and it was a feature on Art T. Burton's book, who is a historian, and I forget which state he's in, somewhere in the South. But he is the ultimate Bass Reeves historian. and had just published a book. And it was a piece of Arkansas history that I'd never known about. First of all, I was totally blown away, right, by the guy's career as a lawman alone. And then as I dug into this article, I found that he had this extremely dramatic life, and many, especially family life, and this extreme commitment to duty, and an element of sacrifice that was very strong within the life of him and his life story, I suppose. And I immediately thought it would make an excellent comic book that had a lot of action, but also a lot of weight in terms of it's just the gravity of the man and his story. So I thought it would resonate to a pretty huge audience, and that stuck with me until we got the opportunity to launch Allegiance Arts in 2018. And around 2018, I started calling David up and telling him what I was up to, and wanted to know if he wanted to participate. And kind of rattled off a number of things we were thinking about doing. And then I got to Bass Reeves, and he just said, "Hold up, no more." I think you told me you had me at Bass Reeves or something like that, David. I can't remember exactly.
That was a moment.
It was,
well, yeah, David.
it was a moment.
Yeah, David, you told me, didn't you, that you were thinking about this project even before, or the character before Mitch even contacted you?
Yeah, I was thinking about doing something on my own, and Kevin Grievous was also thinking of something on his own, and we would talk about it like a couple of years before. And he had his ideas, and I had my weird ideas, and but we were always bringing them up. And this opportunity with Mitch, I was just like, "Oh man, I think this is the perfect opportunity to do this," and it worked out. And Kevin and I have been wanting to work together just in general before. And so this was the perfect opportunity for all of those things to happen.
Yeah. So David suggested immediately that I contact Kevin. And I think within 2 or 3 days, I think Kevin was on board on the project. And then we flew Kevin out of LA into Little Rock a few months later, sometime in 2019. And he and Patrick Stiles, our former editor-in-chief, and Kevin sat in a room together for 3 days with my mother had spent a month reading Art Burton's book, like in detail, and getting the reference documents and compiling them all together in this research document. It's like this freaking thick, and I still have it. So I think it'll be a valuable collector item one day.
Wow.
And so we had all this research and just spent 3 days constructing, what we could do with Bass Reeves as a comic book, essentially. Kevin wanted to pursue this extremely kind of mythic Odyssean tale of Bass Reeves, and we all wanted to capture this sense of a man who makes huge sacrifices in his life, even sacrificing in some ways his own son to save civilization from chaos. It was pretty extreme circumstances, and I don't think even though we're dramatizing it quite a bit for a comic book, I don't think we're de-emphasizing. I don't think we're overemphasizing, right, what it meant for Bass to be in the saddle for so long and to take so many risks, and to really put everything on the line to be a bulwark between civilization, which was Fort Smith, the edge of civilization, and then this huge expanse, this Indian territory, which is like at the time the largest policed territory in the world, at your doorstep, right, which was full of outlaws and criminals and bootleggers and ne'er-do-wells and tribal chaos and tribal police and all kinds of skirmishes between others. That, like, Bass is in the middle of all of this, and it's a spectacular environment to drop a person like that in. And Dave, I don't know if you can want to add anything to that. I feel like
you said it all.
All right,
I was going to say the bigger question at this point is David's cameraman wasted right now, because we're getting kind of, this is like a Disneyland ride with David. It's just
Zooming in and out.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
You spend money on that new tech,
I was
and
gonna
then
say,
it's
somebody
like,
asked if you got a new camera and is it haunted?
yeah.
It was
So a
the
little
Pretty
leftover
much.
Halloween stuff there. All right. Let me ask you guys this. So what you guys have on Indiegogo right now, I'm pulling it up, which I should have done, but I was too busy messing around.
well, the last right before the show started, well, about 20-30 minutes, our son showed up with his wife, so we were like,
Yeah, so I didn't get my last bit of prep done, so bear with me here. Okay.
There we go.
Let's take a look at the trailer, and then I'll proceed with and letting you guys kind of explain what you're doing here. Let's try that.
Nice.
That was cool. I love
Nice.
that little animation you guys got in there. It's nice. Okay. So are you in demand right now? Or yes, you are. Okay, I can see it right there.
Right there.
Okay, so this is essentially the first 3 issues of Bass Reeves that well,
Bye, David. We'll miss
did I
you.
mute
I'm
somebody?
still here.
Oh, okay.
I muted myself because I didn't.
Oh, there
Oh.
you go.
You're like,
I
I
didn't
have
want
all this power.
But you have the first 3 issues that were released in the Walmart,
Yes.
as floppies. And then you have the additional 3 issues that kind of wrap up the 6-issue miniseries all in this one volume, right?
That is correct. 136 total pages plus the covers plus whatever additional stuff is in the back
I
of
like
the book
that collector's pack.
in a
Okay,
hard
so-
cover and soft cover
I'm
presentation.
getting.
So is the hardcover, is that the Andrew Robinson cover and the soft cover is David's, or do you have them both?
It is the hardcover is Andy's and the soft cover is David's.
Okay. So the top one here, that's soft cover by David Williams. There it is. Says it right there. And then we got the Andrew Robinson, and that's the hardcover.
Correct.
So
Yeah, both of them stunning. Sun and the moon. So you may have to just get them both.
yeah, well, so we got all these different perks here. You've got some stretch goals that you haven't hit yet, obviously,
Nope.
and those will be announced as you hit them.
And a bandana, which is super cool. We're very excited about the bandanas. The first time we've done that.
Yeah.
Oh, really? And now is that a, what do you got
It's the
there?
bla-
Is that
it's
a
the black
Marshall
and
button?
white piece there? Yeah, the black. It's going to be a one color silk screen bandana piece, and I think it's 18 by 18. I could be wrong on that, or 22 by 22. That's what it is.
Okay.
And it's going to be white with David's glorious line art in black and white, or just in black ink on the bandana, and it could double as a wall hanging, but I think it'll look really cool around your neck too.
Okay. And then are those bookmarks are the red ones?
Yeah, that's the bookmark that comes with every order. So with any package, you'll get the bookmark. And then on the bottom right is the lapel pins, which is really something unique we offer on every campaign. So the lapel pin is kind of it's part of a vanity perk. So if you become kind of an Allegiance insider, puts you into your email in our insider list, and you get your name printed in the back of the Bass Reeves book as a special thank you. So you'll be listed alongside the contributors that bought that
Now, are these color prints here down at the bottom next to the buttons?
postcards. Yeah. So
Postcards.
we did this on Nora, and they turned out really great. So we did them again for this one. So it's 6 Bass Reeves postcards featuring the covers from the books.
And the black and white pieces of print or something there? What is that?
That's the bandana.
Oh, that's right here. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, cool. So that's got,
Yeah, you can scroll down a little bit, and there's a little clearer shot of the bandana.
Oh, I see right here. Okay. Yeah, I got you. And even instructions on how to wear it.
Yes.
Well, you never know.
Nice.
People get, who knows what they do with it, right? You got to.
Well, that's why we
clear.
demo the shot glasses.
That's right. We
Just
want
to make sure everybody knows.
That's right.
How to use them.
How to use the shot glass. You got to let people know. Now that's a really cool item. I like that.
Yeah.
So everybody, we got all these tiers here. The link to this campaign is in the description of this video.
Thank you.
Along with, of course, the link to Wraith of God Blood Hunters. It's kind of interesting that we're both sort of doing Western stories at the same time. Mine's a little less based in reality than yours is.
You think? I'll bet. Oh man.
Okay.
Aaron,
Yep.
I sent you a link in the StreamYard. You should check it out.
Oh, private chat.
Like I'm supposed to know how to do that stuff.
There.
Come on.
There.
All right.
And
Now, is this something I can play, David, without getting struck?
Yes, of course.
Oh, all right.
It's-
all right.
Yeah, of course. Famous last words. Okay, if we get struck, blame David, and we'll be back shortly. But let's take a look at this.
You gotta finish that.
Oh yeah,
Sorry. There you go.
there it is.
Better be a Rickroll. Oh,
Let's see what this is.
Go full screen.
Oh, I'm getting there, man. All right, here
He
we
gets
go.
overwhelmed with too many things to click.
Too many buttons to push. Man, hey,
Chop, chop.
there
Chop, chop,
it
chop.
is.
Yep.
Yeah, how's that bag worth? Almost $300.
Gotta turn it up.
Says bootlegging doesn't pay. No one says it doesn't pay. Still, if you want to make the big greenbacks, you have to take big risks. And that ain't easy these days. What are you talking about? Should I tell him, Brett? Tell him. Though that young fool ain't gonna believe us. Believe what? Old Bass. Old who? Old Bass, they call him. A bounty man. Caught more men than frogs catch flies. We'll just have to skin him like one. Good luck. Heard he's 9 feet tall, coal black, and ride a horse that's ghost white. And he carries these guns, black guns that look more like tails, triggers. I even heard there was this bull that got stuck up in the mud. Old Bass took off his shirt, got in the mud, and put the bull on his shoulders and lifted it back out on the dry land. Here line. True story. They say when you hear the whistling, that's Old Bass coming for you. Shh, quiet. What's that? What's what? That noise. I don't hear anything. Listen. It's him. It's Old Bass. Told you I don't hear any. Where is he? Will you be gathered like me, or burned like chaff? I got his answer. What about yours? Wise choice. Reach out and touch me. Reach out and touch faith.
Produced, voices, and animated by Kelsey Shannon.
yeah, he did a great job. I love
That's
the
tremendous, man. That's awesome.
yeah, an excellent song choice at the end and the perfect cut. Yeah, I love that.
Just
Just doing
there you
that.
go. Good job.
All right. So, David, we have spoken about you when you did this project, that you kind of were approaching it stylistically a little bit different than what you normally have done in the past. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I mean, yeah. There's multiple reasons why I had to kind of go off center. Is because everything is just, down the line. When people think of westerns, they think of, something very realistic and very monochromatic, sepia tones, and very realistic. And I felt that this needed to be heightened for people to pay attention to it. And also the competition between the mental competition between Mitch, Butch guys, Kelsey Shannon. It was just like, okay, I got to do something so different from those guys, because that bar is so high. So I have to do something different for people's eyes to go, well, what is this? Opposed to what they were doing, and that was a challenge in and of itself. So when I was doing this work, I was picking up influences here and there, but it's like teaching yourself how to draw over, you know what I mean? As I was going, trying to figure out the style. And I was just like, oh, what did I get myself into? But I think I've got a handle on it now to where it's kind of second nature, and it's been real fun. And I've implemented that into what I actually do. I have a kinship with it now to where I'm not just fighting it. You know what I mean? I'm just
Yeah.
And that's how all art ends up being if you work it, and you're just training yourself for a certain kind of muscle memory when you're drawing and stuff, and it becomes natural.
Yeah, I found that when I was working on Wraith of God, that because it was 84 pages, the first one, and I got into it, and it became sort of second nature what I was doing stylistically wise. But then I had this several month layoff doing, getting the printer stuff taken care of, fulfillment, and then launching again, and then starting to draw again. And I was like, I found myself kind of going back to standard Aaron, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, I got to rough this up. And so I'm kind of right back into that kind of mode of retraining myself back into that sort of mindset again. Because it is funny that if you're not doing it regularly, it's like, you worked at Warner Brothers or whatever, and you're working on model sheets, and you kind of got that stuff in your mind and how to do it. And then you get away from it for 6 months or whatever. And then you're like, wait a minute, you kind of revert back to where you were, and then you got to kind of relearn it. So I do know what you're saying. So I think that's really cool. The stuff I've seen is just really, really super interesting, just visually, from a visual standpoint. Did you and Kevin, how much did you guys talk about the story and what you wanted to do before he turned around a script for you? And I guess I can go to both you guys. I'll go David and then Mitch. But I'm just thinking in terms of, some scenes or stuff like the trailer we just saw, right? It's got kind of this, like he's become this tall tale, like, John Henry or something like that, that they're telling, And I was just curious how much of what you wanted to do, how much of that is a combination between you and Kevin? How much of it is Kevin, that kind of thing, your relationship, I guess, working with Kevin?
Well, all of the story was purely worked out between he and Mitch, and that whole thing out in Arkansas. When I got it, it was all fresh to me on his interpretation of it, and it was something familiar, but still something new, because we're telling like a heightened, kind of truncated story. Because if you just read his story as is, it's not as compelling, for this type of we had to condense it to tell specific parts of the story, and we had to
Mm-hmm.
heighten it in other ways. And the way Kevin worked it out, and you know how it was worked out, I wasn't there. It worked out so good. You know, I read that script just to read the script like at least 5 or 6 times because I was so impressed by it.
Mm.
You know, and there were parts in it where I was just like, I can't wait to draw this. And then there's other parts where I was just like, oh man, I don't want to draw another horse. That kind of thing. You know?
I know, I do it to
He feels your
myself.
pain.
I do it myself. Like,
Yeah.
oh, how can I get the horse out of this panel?
But then there were other times where certain things where you read on paper, you can kind of gloss over it. But when you're actually drawing it, it becomes something different. And it was emotional. There's pages where there's literally buckling from teardrops on the page because it was so close to me that I was drawing it, you know, and I got pictures of my, you know, father who passed away and stuff, and he's holding me as a baby. And it just reminded me so much. And it was so, the connective tissue was just right there. And I didn't notice it the first time I read it until I drew it out.
Right.
And it just hit me. I was just like, whoa, you know, and so it really has a strong meaning for me. And some of the things, the personal conversations that Bass was having with his son, you know, it was like, you know, it was almost like Kevin was writing it for me, not for the book. He was writing it for me, you know. I'm not saying he did that, but that's how it felt.
Right.
And it'll probably feel that way to people who are reading it, that you drew it for them. You know, because a lot of us have these connections and memories with our parents that it could be the littlest thing that takes us back to that foundation memory and makes it even more special, I think.
Mitch, when you and Kevin were formulating the script, how did that relationship work, and how did you guys work together to kind of formulate what you wanted it to be story-wise?
I mean, first of all, I just want to say that David put a lot of trust in us for this, and like that just needs to be mentioned. And we put a lot of trust back in him, and this is an instance of a project a collaboration working like that, where like David took what was beautiful in script format and then elevated it in such a way that like every page we got back, David was able to find that emotional resonance that the script was going for. And in this book, each page does have a resonance. I'd like to feel like we don't waste any page on any of our books, but Bass in particular has some really strong emotive scenes and some huge action scenes too, to balance it out. But I
was going to say, I think it's important to recognize the fact that Kelsey is still alive. He's made an appearance in the chat.
There he is. Yeah, we just watched your video, Kelsey.
The man, he disappears, he reappears, he disappears. He's like the shadow almost.
He thinks
I
it's
love it that if I disappeared, like 3 people would go, where's Shelley? Right?
No,
but he disappears and everybody's like, where is he?
No, that's not true at all. Every Sunday they go, they go, where's Shelley?
And you'd go, where are my clean clothes?
Yeah, that's what I would say. Where are my clean
clothes?
Where's
the magic elf that does the laundry?
Okay. Anyway.
I wanted to answer your question about
go ahead. I'm sorry. I just had to get Kelsey in there before he disappeared again.
It was a really interesting process. I had worked with Kevin as an artist at Marvel with Kevin for a book, Young Avengers, one issue, I think. Mm-hmm. And we had a nice time and hit it off and just stayed in contact. And when David mentioned it to me that Kevin would be his choice, I'm like, okay, cool. We had a great time. Let's do it. But it was super great. So it was 3 days in a writer's room with Kevin and Patrick and myself, and we felt very confident about what was sort of mapped out end to end. You know, that an entire sort of 6-episode scope for. We were confident, and we left it in a great place. And then from there, it was really classic comic book editorial. I mean, Kevin wrote a script, and Patrick, who this was all kind of this, he was executing pretty much what was in our heads. And then Patrick worked with him as an editor, doing some story editing process along the way. And the collaboration between everybody was super smooth. And the project, like Kelsey said, has, I think, turned into something that's really iconic. Honestly, if you're a fan of Kevin's work or David's work, I think you're getting, I don't want to speak for either of them, but you were getting something that it is a legacy project, I think, for both of those creators.
Let me ask you a question. Again, this kind of goes back to being like the publisher and everything. How hard was it after you guys had your initial, and this, I'm sure this is true of all your titles, not just Bass Reeves, but how hard is it to kind of agree with the writer and say, okay, this is what we're going to do, and you're good with it, and you turn it over to Patrick, who's your editor? How hard is it not to kind of be looking over his shoulder and going, hey, let me take a look at what you're doing? I mean, I know you obviously trust him, or you wouldn't have, you put him in that position, but is it hard being a creative person yourself to kind of not, get more involved in every one of the projects, or do you?
I can't be, my level of involvement with each project has to be a little bit different. So in terms of Bass Reeves, Kevin wrote all those scripts, I think he did it in 6 to 8 months. I can't remember. He churned through them pretty quickly, and I had total confidence in Patrick and in Kevin, and I kind of stepped away at that part of the process. And then the pages went to David, and from there, I mean, I've sort of, Bass has been kind of on autopilot for a while for me, which has been beautiful. So we've been able to focus on our other projects. So, but
I guess
yeah,
you work with super talented. You work with super talented people, and you have less to worry about, right? I mean,
100%. Absolutely. So work with talented people, professionals, and it goes a long way.
Now, somebody had a great comment about Kelsey here, and now I'm trying to find it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Neon Studio Todd says Kelsey's the love child of Bigfoot in the Shadow. So there you go. We've got the legend. Now we know. The legend of Kelsey grows. So,
and Kelsey did the covers for Bass, by the way. The audience may not know that. And he also colored the first episode. So the entire first 24 pages of the Bass Reeves graphic novels colored by Kelsey, who did an awesome job on that. Oh, I do have an announcement related to coloring too. And Kelsey colored all the colors, all the covers, except the 5th cover. And that's going to be colored by Elizabeth Breitweiser, my wife, Eisner nominated and color artist. And yeah, so that's going to be super cool. I wanted to announce that with the artwork attached, but I announced it here anyway.
well, thank you. We got an exclusive. Yeah, so on now is just to jump to, since we're talking about Kelsey sort of there. Now is Norris Saga, where are you at on that? Is that finished at this point, or is he finishing it up still? I'm trying to remember
at the printer.
Okay.
And the printer has told us the book will be shipping November 30th. And so I am taking them for their word.
Yeah, I know how that goes.
Sorry.
Yes. So I'm telling you what we've been told.
Yeah.
So our plan is to fulfill before Christmas. So that's what we're working on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
It will be it's actually perfect for Christmas. So if you are thinking that you would like to buy one for Christmas, it looks like we'll have Christmas delivery, or at least a week or two before. So it could make a really cool Christmas gift. Lee Weeks hardcover is beautiful. We ordered a few extras, so some are still available. Yeah. If you want to check that out, that's on Indiegogo, still in demand, and that's norrissaga.com.
So are you smart, or are you like us? How do you do fulfillment?
Well, then I'm definitely like you, because No claim to
We
be
did
smart.
it out of our house. Well, the original plan is we were supposed to get the books in like May,
Yeah.
June, and then we would do fulfillment. He would launch the next one. I'd have my cancer surgery. It would be great. Then wait. He gets the books a week before my surgery.
Mhm.
And so he did almost all of it by himself. Because at first we're thinking,
wow.
okay, I can be there. And so, I'm recovering and I can hear, I would even hear it kind of in my sleep, I would think.
The screeching of the tape.
That's
gun.
my least, that
no.
and the chalkboard sound are my
Yep.
least favorite. I was like looking at the silent tape, like, can we afford just to get that first, just for this project or whatever?
Ah, it's too expensive. We're getting the noisy
But-
kind.
And then by the time he was done, and then I had other stuff I had to do too. Our downstairs is still just destroyed from fulfillment. And we're thinking, do we go through all of it just to destroy it again? Or do we just leave it? And the little Presties were lazy. So we're like, just leave it. It's a mess, but it's our mess.
Well, lazy may be the wrong. We're otherwise occupied.
Yes.
So
Otherwise
cleaning up
occupied,
cleaning up the dining room, the
Like I
formal
said, if
dining
you-
room is
if
not
you
a
had
priority.
You should have married better.
Well, what are you going to do? Too late now. We're
I know.
30 years
30
into
years
this.
in. Too
So
late.
it's like you can't change course now.
But yes, do you do fulfillment out of your house as well?
I believe it or not, our neighbors have a huge house and a huge basement, and I think we're gonna fulfill in their basement.
Oh,
Nice.
Well, at least
We need better neighbors too.
I
Dang
guess so.
it.
We need a basement. That's what we need.
Yeah.
We don't have that. But no, that's nice to actually have. I know that Graham Nolan, they just rented rented a
storefront
space,
thing,
storefront space to do all their fulfillment
that's
out
cool.
of, which is
That's a
Well, if
great
we
idea.
were more
Yeah.
organized, well, that we just don't want to part with the money either.
that's right. I'm too cheap.
But we have room, but because the kids are all like our youngest is in college, so she's not
Mhm.
in. But that means we'd have to get rid of crap, and that's
That's tough.
For her.
well, we both like his mom moved in about 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Then both my parents passed, so we get all of this stuff,
Mhm.
and then it's just like with all the I don't know. By the time he's done drawing and his shoulder is sore,
Mhm.
and I work part-time as a teacher, and my battery life is about this big anyway. So by the time I'm done teaching, I'm wiped out. And then it's like, next weekend.
What
here we are,
basically
30
she's
years
saying
later.
is we're going to have a heck of an estate sale when we die.
Oh, we're
Because
gonna-
there's going to be
Yeah, we
some
tell the
stuff
kids,
in
burn
here.
it and run.
No, they can make cash, man.
True.
Especially what I got up in this room.
That's true. Just save the studio. The rest you can burn and run.
So are you a collector at all, Mitch, or do you just treat comics as business, or are you like a
I'm more of a comics as business guy. I'm a passionate artist and storyteller, and I love the comic book medium. I absolutely love the way it works with the way that people read them and the way it works with people's brains. And I think it's a fun way to create stories and art and characters that people love. And I'm sort of passionate about the entire process of it. I haven't collected comic books in a long time, to be totally transparent.
I still have a serious problem with that, but
Do you? I mean,
yeah, but it's not new ones. It's all the expensive old ones. So it's even a way worse problem than just like buying new stuff off the rack. I got some investment money over here, but I have never been able to break the habit.
Are you a collectaholic, David?
No, not at all. I stopped collecting years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, our son is getting to be the same way. So his wife was ordering some shoes, and he said, "Just remember that next time I talk about a comic book." But our son will text him through the day. I'm like, "Aren't you working?" But they will keep tabs on whatever comic book they're looking at or
what's on eBay.
It's a constant communication of, and then, I mean, we have a segment on the show that Aaron does is what did Aaron buy? And so, yeah. And then another one called What Shelley Knows, which is nothing. So he gets,
That's good times. Speaking of show content, guys, I have a couple things I have to do, and you guys will bear with me. I can't promise it'll be very entertaining, but it is something.
You don't have to do.
No. We're not going to do that. Actually, we are going to do that.
No.
But I have this little segment that called Precious Moments from
It's
Yesteryear.
my favorite.
Where we go back and look at, a clip or something from
Something that's meaningful.
Yeah, and heartfelt.
Bring up memories.
So anyway,
Here we go.
let's take a look at this for this week's Precious Moments from History.
You know, I'll never forget my old dad. When these things would happen to him, the things he'd say to me. What did he say? What the hell are you doing in the bathroom day and night? Why don't you get out of there? Give someone else a chance.
You said that last week. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
I'm kind of on a Young Frankenstein kick right now, so we keep doing clips from Young Frankenstein. Oh my gosh.
Not a week goes by in our house that one of us isn't going.
Stuff.
And perhaps.
That's right. And I have the movie poster from that movie down there in our family room. So that's another thing I collect is movie posters. But
so I take it you and Graham bond over monster stuff quite often.
Yeah, actually, he had me on his show to talk about Star Trek because he thinks Star Trek the Motion Picture is the best Star Trek film. And I, of course, think accurately that Star Trek 2 is the best Star Trek film. So we had a little bit of a discussion about that. And I pretended to understand his point of view because it was his show. But
and then he got off and was like, he's so full of it.
Yeah, I know. Star Trek.
Yeah, I mean, we all give him the same grace every time we're on. You know? The way it is.
Yeah,
we gotta love him.
No one really knows what he's talking about, but we're like, yeah, okay, Graham, that's cool, man. Yeah, it's your show. So,
oh my gosh.
Let me.
Peyton's in the house. I haven't seen him yet. Peyton.
When will this stream become entertaining? Okay,
blow him up, nuke him.
Okay, guys. I get a reputation for being somewhat violent, and I think it's undeserved. But sometimes I have to take care of the chat, so excuse me for a second. So
there you go. Peyton.
Didn't mean to cut you off, Mitch, but I had to drop the bomb.
Oh my gosh!
You gotta people. What was this? Aaron brought up charts and graphs to that argument. I did.
Did you?
No.
Oh, I would have.
I don't know if there are actually charts and graphs.
I would have made them.
Should.
I could have made them.
Are you a Star Trek fan at all, Mitch?
I'm more of a Star Wars guy.
Okay. No, that's all right.
You're going to toss me out.
I understand.
Totally I'm not super passionate about Star Trek necessarily. I mean, I enjoy it, but I'm not going to jump in the fray. So I will get bludgeoned to death. I'm trying certain of it.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, I know somebody has an opinion. Yeah, I want to hear your opinion on it because I know you got one.
Star Trek is socialist garbage.
Whoa! Oh, all right, so Mitch, let's David's no longer on the show, so we're gonna talk about
I'm dying.
Just like Kanye, I get cut off for telling the truth.
David.
I think the headline tomorrow is Lopresti censorship. David Williams banned.
Oh, we'll hear all about it. That's for sure.
That's right. I'm gatekeeping David. Oh my gosh. Let's see. A lot of people are saying they ordered Norris Saga, and we got someone. It was Dojo Kuhn just said he was backer number 362 on Bass. So he also says that he has a pole barn with a special room that he uses to fill in.
Nice.
What is a pole barn? Is that what the Amish do when they get the neighborhood together to put together a barn? I don't know what that is. What is a pole barn?
We just don't have that many friends apparently that live around us.
I don't.
No, we don't. We don't even have room for a pole barn.
We don't have room for a pole.
Yeah. So, hey, wait a minute. There's 80s Made Consumer. Now, he told me on his show, I mentioned this earlier before you guys came in. He told me on his show that his daughter likes watching this show. His little daughter likes watching this show.
Love her.
But then if Shelley's not on with me, she's like, oh.
So sweet.
Mm-hmm. To you.
And I was watching when Aaron was, and I was like, oh, it's so sweet. If I brushed my hair today, I would have come on.
Yeah,
But
I was crying, but not out of tears of joy. That's
no,
for
it was
sure.
just so sweet.
Oh my
So
goodness.
sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah, pole barns right here.
give me a sec. Oh, Shelley looked it up.
Yeah, like
I don't know. It just looks like a barn. Oh, I see. Is it open?
it
Is that
can
maybe what it
be.
is? Okay, like the
Some
one with the
are.
open sides.
Some are, but then I think it's the construction, and then you can.
Well, there's some with closed sides, so we're not getting any sort of
Well, no,
definitive.
Okay, we're just gonna leave it like that. Otherwise, I'd have to break out the charts and things.
Yeah, we don't want to get into a pole
We
barn
can't be doing
discussion
that.
and breaking the charts and all that kind of stuff. Oh, Kelsey likes Clone Wars, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is he talking about the? Are you talking about the? He's talking. That's the animated show, right?
It is.
Anyone?
Yes.
Bueller?
Oh, yeah, we kind of really lost it after that.
Yeah, when the
Huge
kids-
garage.
See, it's like a huge garage. See,
Huge
I showed
garage.
him pictures, but they were tiny, so
Well, yeah, but there was ones that were like
that were open.
had
But then you
other
could
ones
put
that
siding
weren't.
on it. I think
Right.
it's just the internal structure.
I see.
Oh,
All
I see.
Okay.
Hey, David,
Dan Miller also says I have a stripper pole in my pimp lounge. That's kind of the
Oh.
same thing, but
See,
not
we could have done
exactly.
fulfillment in ours, but you wouldn't give it up.
That's just not true at all. I don't even know what that stuff is. Boy.
Sorry.
There.
One.
There. That's what I was waiting for.
Aw.
Thank you so much. We need to see more. Look at she says heartfelt. Oh, that's so sweet.
So sad. Oh, it's so nice.
So sad. No, come on, let's
Sorry,
give
I'm
him
all
an.
itchy. Very nice.
This is about the point in time where
Sorry.
Mitch and David are like, okay, so how do we get off this show? All right, so Mitch, tell me. So after these, your first run of miniseries, right? These were all like six issue things, right?
Mhm.
All your
Yeah.
titles at this point. The first one. Okay, so when
Yeah,
these,
the first
all-
story arcs. Yeah.
right? So are you going to? Do these things then continue with the second story, or are you bring in new IPs? What's your second wave look like at this point?
So we do have a couple of like treatments and ideas for things that are new, but right now we're only focusing on the 5 that we've already committed to. So right now, as we wrap Bass, there does not exist a treatment for a Bass Reeves season 2. So full transparency with the public. So let us know. Let us know if you want more Bass Reeves. I think there's some more stories to tell. We actually have Nick and I have been meeting. Our editor-in-chief Nick Mendelari have been meeting with a Bass Reeves, or the Bass Reeves reenactor. Ernie Marsh is his name, Ernest Marsh, and he has been telling us. He's also a Bass Reeves historian. He's been telling us basically the secret history of Bass Reeves. We learned.
Wait, when you say reenactor, like he makes appearances as Bass Reeves at different events or stuff?
Yes. In film, at parades, at all kinds of events. And he's also a historian and owns some of Bass's he owns Bass's actual rifle and his stopwatch, or one of Bass's actual rifles. Yeah. So we've actually, he's so cool. He's cutting a couple promos for us. We should have him in a few days. And he's been sharing his knowledge with Bass with us, and really a national treasure, this guy.
Wow, that's
and
amazing. That's cool.
as I've learned these stories, I've been tempted to call David. I'm like, hey, Ernie's telling us this about Bass, and this would be like really super cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's definitely more out there for Bass Reeves, but right now we don't have anything in the pipeline. As far as Nora's Saga goes, that book is, like I said, is fulfilling. It's printing now and fulfilling soon. But we have a great treatment concept for season 2 and on into season 3. So we haven't moved it into the script phase yet for Nora, but everybody loves where this book is going. This is something that Kelsey and Nick and myself have discussed over as we wrapped this book up and got. It's almost like Nora's one of those books where you get to the end of it and you're like, now we had so much fun, but now I know who you are. Like
Mhm.
It was a great ride, but now I know who these characters are, and now we really get to play with you. So
Right.
we are very excited about spending another season with Nora and the gang, and we have some really fun and tough situations we want to put them through, and spin them up really, really good. The Saints is something that we're working on continuously with Christian Rosado. He's actually just turned in the inks for episode 4. So the Saints started a little bit later than some of the other titles.
Now, who's working on that?
So Mike Barron wrote. It's Mike Barron, Nick, myself. Patrick Stiles was my co-creator on that project and wrote a little, like the first few scenes. And Christian Rosado is doing all the art, and he is simply
right.
masterful. This young gentleman out of Peru that we discovered through this process, and working with him has just been really great. And he just, like I said, just turned in the inks for episode 4. And so what we're going to do at Allegiance is bundle episodes 3 and 4 together in more of a a slimmer 44 to 46 page digest trade paperback, like a slim square bound trade paperback at a cheaper price point. So that's coming soon.
The Green Laser says the Saints is closed on Indiegogo. So what is that? The first okay.
So we released the first 2 volumes. So the first 2 episodes were released together, and that was back last summer. And that campaign is closed and fulfilled, and that has been out of print. We sold out of those. So as we gear up to do more Saints stuff, we've been discussing how we can put that book back into print or make it an offering on the second volume, which is coming up really, really soon. And the second volume really kicks it up a notch. The Saints is a book that I feel like got ignored a little bit last year, but it is a hot title. Mike killed it. Nick is killing it. Christian is killing it. And I know where this book is going into its season finale, and it's going to be very exciting.
Christina Lynn says, can't wait to see what happens next with Nora's saga. So There you go. Now is Butch, guys, which is he working on the Futurists? Is that right?
Futurists, yeah. And Butch is kind of tracking along with David. He's winding down the last few pages of pencils for the finale episode, the 6th episode of the Futurists. So we are winding down that book, and then we'll begin crafting a campaign for that one for early 2023. But that one will be in the can when we launch. And I'd like to make that a pretty spectacular campaign for sure. And Butch did an amazing job. And the Futurists is it's got a huge cast, so it's a complicated narrative in some ways, and it's designed to be read kind of all 6 as a piece. They all work together, and so I'm excited to finally present this the way it's meant to be read all along.
So you're gonna put it together like in a trade then, or a hardcover, like you've been doing these other ones.
Yeah, as a hardcover and probably as a softcover too. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure I backed Nora's saga, this most recent one. So am I getting all of it if I did that, or did you have it broken up in? Was it just like the Nora's campaign? I guess, is it still open, by the way? The one you said would be out by December.
It is.
So
you can still order Nora's saga. Yeah. So it's all
so
6 episodes together.
Oh, it is all 6. Okay.
Yes,
all right.
Yeah. In softcover and hardcover format, whichever one you prefer.
I
and we
can't
have
remember
extras
what
with each.
Well, I have it on my account, so I can't see what you've backed. I can see what I've backed.
Yeah, Shelley's in there backing all the time. I get these books showing up, and I'm like,
yeah. And I mean, we're just as proud of Bass of Nora as we are Bass, of course. But both of these books they finished extremely strong in their 5th and 6th episodes. We do some really fun stuff with Nora. And Kelsey's art is just the bomb on 5 and 6. He really just rips it up. I mean, it's something else. And then with Bass Reeves, similarly, we go places with with this Western story that are very unique and that are kind of extreme in some ways. And then the way David handles the finale sequence in 5 and on into 6 is elevates what we're trying to achieve with Bass, which is a really different, very mythical take on a Western essentially.
When you were developing your IPs, did you purposely say, okay, we need to hit some different genres, or did it just kind of evolve the way it evolved?
It evolved the way it was very natural. It wasn't like we sat around and said, oh, well, you're going to do this, like, because of these reasons. It was, these are the things that were already on our minds anyway, and we just need to figure out. And there were 2 or 3 others that we had talked about that were also on our minds that got cut or pushed to the side. But ultimately, I think the cream rose to the top for what we needed as premiere launch titles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that they hit a wide variety of genres. They all stand alone as unique character-based IPs, but they all somehow feel like they belong under the same tent, which I think is, I don't know, a testament to what the creators have done and what we've built.
Right. So David, not to put any undue pressure on you, but where you're working on the
Someone's calling me. I'll be right back.
So you're working on the final story installment of Bass right now, right? So you say, what are you, about halfway through or so?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't like to share a page maybe with our
David doesn't do that.
Just maybe a panel or something.
You have my permission.
David doesn't do that. He likes to keep us like, give me some, David. Come on.
Not
Soon
going to.
Not even for us, David.
No. Maybe a page from one that's already been printed from the first 3 issues, just to show people, remind them of how cool your art is. Maybe you'd like to do that. I'm trying. Oh, jeez. I have that, by the way. Picked it up at Walmart. And I don't have I drove out of my way because there's no Walmart around here just to get that book.
Well, thank you so much.
I'm sure the whatever I paid for it probably was pretty helpful. That $5.99 or whatever they are. Oh, okay, hang on a second here. We're gonna get some artwork finally.
Yay! We're so special.
There you go. That's good stuff. Fighting Yaki. That's from episode 5.
Let's see. Now he's just buzzing through it because we can't focus on anything too long.
No, that's part of the finale.
There it is.
Yeah. Can add some of that to my David Williams collection I got going.
Okay, guys. One of the things I like to do, and I'm glad you're here because you can help out if Shelley gets stuck. We do like to do this thing. We like to find out what Shelley knows. She's a teacher, and she teaches physics. She used to be a math teacher, so she's pretty smart. But
I'm really dumb.
When it comes to pop culture, we're not always sure exactly what she knows and what she doesn't know. Let me do some
calculus, I'll be fine. But
so we're going to play a little game called What Shelley Knows, okay?
No pressure. Okay,
so she's been exposed to Looney Tunes since she's known me.
30 years at least, yeah.
Since she's known me. So let's just find out. Now, if she can't answer, I'm going to throw it to you guys because now David worked at Warner Brothers. Now, Mitch, I don't know. Are you a cartoon guy? Or you?
It's been a few years.
Okay, so you might be challenged, but I'm going to really be disappointed if David can't get this stuff. But
no pressure. Again,
we'll offer it up to Shelley first, and if she can't get it, then I'll throw it to you guys. It starts out easy because I wanted her to build her confidence, and then it's going to get
to crush me.
It'll get a little more difficult. A little more difficult at the end. So, here's our first one.
Gives me such a stomach ache.
No. This should be fine. Okay. So, Shelley, all you have to do is name these 2 characters. Now,
Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck.
There you go. Okay. See?
And he's saying, you're despicable.
There you go. See?
I even knew that part.
See, we're starting slow.
Oh, my confidence is just woo!
All right. Sorry, I have to push the 6 buttons.
I know, it takes forever
reveal
to-
the, okay.
Okay.
Do we know who this guy is?
That's Porky Pig.
Okay. See, look at that. Shelley,
What
you're
I will
2
be
for
looking
2.
like when I try to get dressed for work when I go back. Oy!
Well, if we keep eating cheesecake on this show, that's certainly the truth for both of us. Look at this. Evil one has faith in you. Shelley can handle this. He thinks
Thank
you got
you.
Kelsey says he's got it.
Yeah.
So, okay.
He also said that with Shane Davis, though.
Oh, well.
I'm telling on you.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So now let's.
Aw.
Oh, it's so
She's
sweet.
so cute.
Okay. Can you name both these guys?
Well, that's Tweety.
Yeah.
And then I think that's Sylvester.
Very good. So I always thought she might crash and burn on the cat, but okay, good. So look at that, Shelley. You are a 3 for 3 right now.
I did pretty good last week. Since you,
I can't
they were all
remember
the
what last
same.
week was.
They were all Dracula.
Oh,
and I
were
didn't
they?
catch on till the end. Like everyone said Dracula.
Every
Okay.
answer was Dracula, and it took her a while to catch on, but she finally figured out the system I had laid
Yes,
out.
Green
here.
Laser, I saw it, but okay, good. Sir.
Okay, can you give me this guy's full name?
Wile Coyote. Wile E is the middle name.
Right. Okay, but
Ernest.
do you know what he is? Wile E. Coyote on his business card.
Oh. No.
David, you know.
I'm not
Wile E.
helping.
Coyote. Huh?
I'm not helping.
Well, she
Wile
whipped.
Coyote, master of all evil.
Mitch, come on, Mitch.
Come on, chat.
Hands out his business card to Bugs Bunny in a
Inventor,
cartoon.
Super
and it
genius.
says,
ESQ. Yeah.
there it is.
Kelsey got it.
Super genius. Oh, do you cheated?
I did.
Oh,
Well, I was
my-
supposed to say, come on, chat. I gave.
well, you're not supposed to.
I gave him credit.
All right, here's another one.
Oh.
Apparently, David's not going to play because
I'm not playing. Taking my toys.
he
and
really
going
doesn't know, and he doesn't want
Okay.
anybody to know he doesn't know. Okay, who's that? That's not Porky Pig and Drag.
I would struggle with this one.
home. But Petunia Pig?
Yes.
No, very nice.
Woo! Look at that.
Yeah.
Evil one was close. It was
Cloth?
Ethelbert.
With
Cloth.
It's a Petunia Pig.
But Ethelbert isn't quite actually there. Okay, now it's going to get complicated, you guys.
Ah.
Okay. Shelley, this is obviously Bugs Bunny, but who
Mm.
is she in the wrestling ring with? Who is this guy? What's his name?
Brutus. Brutal Brutus.
No.
I don't know.
Oh, David.
Aaron Lopresti?
Do you know who this is?
Yeah. Sean Kelsey says it's me.
What's that?
Crusher.
Yes,
Oh.
that's all I was looking for. In
Yeah.
this corner, the Crusher. Yeah, good job. Look at that.
Nice,
David pulls it
David.
out. Look at that. Okay.
Oh.
All right. It's just going to get harder from here.
Oh, okay. I'm done.
Okay. From the classic Drip Along Daffy.
Yes. Drip, 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 drip along that one.
Yeah. No, that's Drip.
Oh, that's drip, drip, drip.
Yeah, not
drip,
drip.
drip. Well,
You know the
Drip,
opening
it's-
scene where he's riding on his
yeah.
and
On his-
Porky on his horse. He's riding on his horse, and Porky Pig is playing the guitar.
Whew, okay.
Okay, this is
All
the
right.
villain from Drip Along Daffy. Do you know who that is? Sorry, just reading the chat.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
Go
Go ahead.
Not a clue.
You don't know who that is? We've used him on the show.
What?
We've used a clip from this on the show. You don't know.
Wow. Random.
Crap.
Where?
Did you guys ever watch the show?
Do you not watch the show, Shelley? You're on the show. You know, okay.
Depends on how much.
You don't know who
Need to
this
drink.
is, seriously?
No.
I'll bet David knows. He left. Way to
David's
hang
like,
in there, Mitch. I
Shelley don't
appreciate
know
it.
squat.
I don't know.
It's
Black Bart.
no,
No,
it's
that's what somebody said.
Randy Howell knows.
Nasty Canasta. Dang it.
That's
I didn't
right,
know
look at
that's
that.
what he looked like.
See, that's Nasty Canasta.
We say it all the time, but I didn't know what it's what he looked like.
Well, I bring up the wanted poster of him when I said it's raining.
Oh,
out.
that's
It's so nasty.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's right. Do I even watch the show?
Apparently not.
No.
Okay.
It just deletes immediately. When we're
David
done.
has just like gone completely AWOL. So
You're
you.
crushing
Thank
me.
you. Thank you for hanging in there, Mitch.
Thanks for giving me
Uh,
false hope.
I'm great.
You're having the time of your life.
I'll call David after this show. We'll have a talk.
Maybe have a go potty. Never know.
Okay, now this is from the Daffy
Like,
Duck.
no one knows who that is. See, no one knows who that is. Give me a break.
The guy from Space Jam. No, okay, so this is Deduce, you say, is the name of the cartoon. Features Daffy Duck and Porky Pig. Daffy Duck is Sherlock Holmes,
Okay.
and Daffy Duck is Mr.
Oh,
Watson,
okay.
or Dr. Watson.
Yeah.
And this is the villain that they have to face.
Yeah.
And his name
Oh.
would be
Bart.
Is that your answer for everything? That's Black Bart, of course.
It's 5 o'clock Shadow Man. I don't know.
Look at this.
Right.
Drawing a blank on
On
the
the
thug.
Thug McFace.
David went to get a
Bear.
bear. I think he probably means a beer.
No, a bear. Yeah,
A bear. Moriarty.
It's his emotional support animal. I mean, just bear with David. He will be back. It takes a little time to get.
Kelsey says, "Is that me?" Wow, I even stumped the chat. How about that? There it is.
Swampshire.
Fatal Life finally got it. It's
The
it's the Slopshire slasher. So close to Swapshire, but
Wow.
Slopshire slasher is who we were looking for. Fetterman.
Oh, that was really loud. Sorry. Ooh, ears are bleeding now. He's wearing the same hat as you.
Mitch, please excuse the violence. You just gotta. One thing you got to do when you're streaming, is just, I'm sure, is you got to control the chat.
Oh,
Got to control the chat. Okay, so we have one more to go, and I think Shelley, you'll get this one. David has gone south on us, hasn't he? All right.
Is it Broomhilda?
No.
Is it?
Are you kidding me? You don't know this?
Is it?
Go down and do some laundry, for crying out loud.
I already did today. If I go downstairs, I might give it back up. Oh, Mitch was like, "Oh, Aaron's in trouble now."
Well, that's okay, Mitch. You don't watch the show, so you don't get what's going on here. It's pretty regular.
She's so lovely.
No, it's not Brunhilde. There was a school out in Hillsboro of this name. That we
Oh, it's Witch Hazel.
Yes, it's Witch
It's
Hazel.
Witch
There you
Hazel.
go. Okay.
Yeah, there was a school wise, and every time we drive by it, he would say, and it was on the way to my parents' house. So we'd go, "Oh, Witch Hazel." Every single time.
Hey, that was Witch Hazel.
Yeah. Thanks, David. Thanks for playing. Appreciate you
got
being
it wrong
here.
first, but
What else did I miss?
is that?
Sorry.
Oh, they wrote, "Is that Shelley?"
No, they didn't. Who said that?
Ow!
Oh.
Oh,
But we
Wow.
haven't. Dang it, we haven't
That's
had
what
to
I
do
look
this.
like after radiation
No,
treatment.
we haven't had to do this in a long time.
Oh.
But Shelley's
Oh.
annoyed.
Give me the jellyfish look.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
You
like jellyfish.
Yeah, she
They
does.
love me, but I don't like them.
They stung the crap out of her in Mexico.
Yep.
It's a tragic.
And they
tale.
said, "Oh, Mrs., can we get you anything?" And I yelled, "Anything with alcohol in it." In fact, I lost the snorkel thing, so I had to pay for that. I get on the boat. I've got jellyfish stingers like all over my neck and side of my face, my back.
We swam right through a school
Well,
of them.
I was like
the
this,
water.
look, and I look up, and there's just a ton of them, and they just went all over me. And so I get on the boat, I slip and fall. So now my knee is bleeding. I've lost my snorkel.
Which we had to pay
And
for.
then they're looking at it going, "Oh, Mrs., that is bad. Can we get you anything with alcohol in it?" Yeah.
So it was good times in Mexico.
That just gave me an excuse to pee on me. Is that what they do? I would have done anything
No.
at that moment. It was
No,
in
I
fact, they
didn't
gave me
that
this.
bad? Like, how was the pain
stuff.
on a 1 to 10? Like, what was the pain level?
Okay.
It wasn't. I mean, what
you-
I've been through. Yeah, it was a good 8. My migraines get about that. So, but yeah, holy cow, that was And I remember like they look at, and then they gave me the stuff and sent me down to like the bathroom down there to put stuff on it. And I just remember going, oh, nice vacation. Was that the one too that I went down the rope? Oh gosh. So we were at this really cool restaurant, and it had this rope swing thing and it had this open water. It was out in the jungle kind of.
Yeah, it was in this area where they filmed Predator. Right. So it was kind of like this. They had like the helicopter and everything was there, kind of like, oh, look, we filmed Predator here. And so there was this, we had lunch on this kind of cliff that was probably 25 feet high.
I don't know, a million, could have been a million.
And so it had a straight drop off into this little lake area. Right. And there was a rope. And so we'd hooked up with this couple that the gal,
not literally.
No, it wasn't like a swingers thing or anything. Yep. No. But she knew knew Spanish.
Totally.
Yeah,
she knew Spanish. I spoke French, so we went to the wrong place.
Yeah, so we would go to all, anywhere downtown Puerto Vallarta, and she would like translate for us, and so we didn't get ripped off. And she was really funny. She was like a prison guard, wasn't she? Yeah. And so her and her boyfriend, and then Shelley and I, and so we were the only ones, because this is back when we were younger than we are now. And everybody else was pretty much like,
it was,
like
Josh was fine.
David's like, can you get to the point?
I know. I always tell him, take me to the pot of gold.
Okay. So anyway, there was this rope and you'd swing off the cliff and then let go and hit the water. Right.
And when we were younger, we were both quite buff. So at this point in our life, I was still teaching aerobics and managing a health club for a living. So I was pretty strong, but I still said, I can't hold me. And they're all like, you can do it. And people are like,
all these old people are going, you can do it, honey. You can do it.
Oh my gosh. So I go, okay. And I'm looking at him like, So I go out, can't hold me. My hands run down the rope, break off, and I wear fake fingernails, right? Yeah. Break off all on one hand backwards that way. So I'm bleeding all over. I land in the water, filth and foul comes out of my mouth, and then all the little water mosquitoes start biting my legs. So now I'm bleeding. I lost half my nails, which are my thing. The same trip that I've got jellyfish, I'm never going back.
Mm-hmm. You had a good time. Other than that, though,
oh, it's fantastic. But I did go back to the resort and have them fix my nails. So, priorities.
Yeah.
So what, I could have died. Fix my nails.
That's good.
Oh my
Better to be pissed off than pissed on. I suppose that's probably true.
Was that the trip that? Oh, and then I think that was the trip we came back, and a month later I had my first neck surgery.
What are you doing?
He's like, I've heard enough of these stories. So that was a rough summer for me.
It's got to be all about you, David. Is that what it is? All right. Well, because it is, let's take a look at the campaign page.
No more sad Shelley stories.
We don't here. Let's see if we've gotten any action whilst. Oh, look at that!
Ooh, wow.
Oh yeah.
I got a few bucks.
Moving books.
That's right.
We need to talk about which one we're doing. So
I want to get. I need to get the hardcover and the soft cover. So Mitch? What should I get?
If you want to grab both the hard and the soft cover,
yes,
right, then there's a pack just for you. I believe it is a little bit further down.
Bass and North's. I've already got the North with them.
Right there, hardcover plus soft cover combo pack, which comes with both Andy Robinson's hardcover, David's softcover edition with colors by Kelsey Shannon on the cover, the bookmark, and the 6 postcard set.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah,
and then you can add anything you want to that. So with the add-on screen, I think everybody knows.
There it is.
So somebody in the chat. No,
oops, what did I just do?
My vacation experiences will not be any of our precious moments. Unless it's our Paris trip. That was good.
Well, how did I get over here?
You just need to stop clicking.
Is that what I need to do?
I think so.
Okay, there we go. All right, we're back. So Randy was basically, that vacation will not show up in precious memories. Yeah. No, it certainly won't.
No. But that was where the annoyed jellyfish, we were in Vegas, and there was this jellyfish thing, and I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah, she's
explaining
you're
that.
Done. You're done with
Always something though.
Yeah, it is. You can't take her anywhere without her something happening to her.
I get sick.
You got attacked by mosquitoes in the jungles of Australia too.
Well, the bug spray gives me horrible migraines, so I tried it anyway. I'm like, no, so I had to jump into this river thing, and they're like, oh, no worry, there's no crocs in here or whatever. I'm like, do they know that? And then the stuff came off. And my headache got better, but then I got just
attacked by mosquitoes. So
I am just very sweet.
It is.
They love, even when we lived in Florida.
You were a mosquito
everything was
target.
flying teeth. Yeah, it was brutal. But
okay.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
She's ordering right now. Okay, so again, the link to this is actually in the description.
Thank you.
And so if you guys are watching this in a rerun, that link is still good. So please click on it and check it out. It's in demand right now. And I assume you guys are going to be in demand until you fulfill.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll be in demand until we fulfill. And yeah, that the fulfillment should be February for this project.
Okay.
It's lining up to make that happen. So very excited about that.
Really cool.
So it'll
No, I
be,
like the-
it'll
I like
be
the
an
guy- I like-
awesome winner. So for us to get all these books out.
I like the fact that you've gone and done kind of like the hardcover or soft cover option. I think that's really cool. Of course, suckering me in to get both, but we all know that.
I can't. Everybody, these creators deserve a hardcover, and then I just have to see them lined up on the shelves.
Right, exactly. So, yeah,
I have to see that. That has to happen. Life goal.
Number 363.
there you go.
So refresh.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
A little while.
Let's see if it's
Awesome. Thank you so much.
sure.
Oh, it
didn't
takes a
refresh
little
it.
while.
Come on.
To
We want the drama, man. So yeah, you guys get out and back this, and if you're feeling that Western vibe, then go out and back Wraith of God Blood Hunters too, so you can get the actual West, and then the West that may or may not be filled with monsters.
the West with babes.
That's right,
Boobs.
vampire babes in this one. So
Vampire
we got
boobage.
got everything covered on that one. Yeah, Randy Hall says, "Don't forget Truth, Justice, American Way. We can't have too much David Williams. That's
Oh no.
for sure."
You got Dave all over the place these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful colors in that book for real. Yeah,
Cool.
that's a nice looking book. Evil One wants for $2. Thank you, Evil One. Appreciate that. Please consider digital PDF comics for the future.
That's a
Mitch, what
tough
are
one.
your feelings on that? By the way, that's a good question.
When the campaign is over, we're going to immediately put the entire thing will be up on our website. So
Oh.
yeah.
So then you could go to your
we'll have to
website
make
then you buy the download or whatever. Is that how it would work?
Yeah, but we're not going to do the entire thing until we fulfill to the backers. So when we start fulfillment, like for Nora, when we do fulfillment, that week of fulfillment, we'll put the entire collected PDF up on our website, allegiancearts.com, which is our publisher's website. So
Okay, I should have put that in the. I'll add it later when I put this into on YouTube for reruns. I'll make sure I get that on there as well.
Thank you.
Creative Face says, "I got eaten by mosquitoes too. I appreciate you, Shelley.
Thank
So
you.
you're not
I
in
am
it
just
alone.
so sweet. Well, even like in Florida, be outside for, I remember like a 4th of July or something, and it was 50 mosquito bites on my legs just within minutes. And yeah. Well, then we think, oh, it wasn't so bad back there.
Well, that's why you stay inside."
That's fun.
Well, she's always complaining about the humidity in Florida, and I was like, "There's AC wherever you go, so you're really not outside that much.
We
You don't want to
had
be."
a little fat toddler at the time too, and she had this curly hair, and I have curly hair, and neither one of
They
us
were
had a
just
good
like-
hair day for
Yeah,
2.5
just like that.
years.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but
Florida will do that to you.
although my arthritis was much better.
Green
I could be a
Laser.
snowbird easy.
Oh, thank you.
Green Laser dropping the Allegiant Art website
Nice.
link in the chat.
he's awesome
You guys can
about
go there.
that.
Yep, does a great job for us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and one thing we're going to do is go over to Allegiance Arts and sign up for our mailing list, and that will add you to our sort of permanent, notifications list for when we're launching campaigns for the Futurists and the Saints, for when Nora's Saga and Bass Reeves fulfill, when they deliver, and when we bring them over to our own website to do direct fulfillment, when we kind of move this entire thing into a web store, which is also a part of the plans for 2023. So we'll have all these books done, and then we'll have a really great slate of finished projects that we'll be offering on our allegiancearts.com website.
Now, have you had a website set up the whole time, or is this something new, or is it just revamped, or with the website? I mean,
I built the website like probably 2 months before we launched into Walmart.
okay.
after a couple of false starts, like trying to find some help with it, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get on Squarespace and do this myself. And built the bones of it over a weekend, and we've like molded it quite a bit since then, and it's evolved quite a bit since then. And but I would love to outgrow it soon. Quite frankly, I think we're headed that way.
Yeah, I just hired a guy to redo mine, so we'll see how long it takes. And
Yeah, ours is
but-
way back.
yeah, because we haven't been selling anything on our website really. I mean, I have lists of stuff that you can buy, but then it's like people have to email me, and then it's just a pain in the butt. So I'm trying to get it set up so people can actually just order from the website,
Right.
and basically bring myself into the 21st century, right? So
Do you actually promote that website on your shows?
no, because it sucks right now. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for it. I just haven't got around to giving him the okay, which I finally did because I was too busy, with Wraith of God and getting the, stuff done on that and promotion and all that kind of stuff. It just takes up, as Mitch knows, takes up so much time. It's like, yeah, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. And you just keep pushing it aside because it's not a priority. But I was like, I'm starting to get enough product that I'm like, man, I got to get my website fixed so I can get this stuff listed on there.
Again, if you had married better,
I know.
I keep
Why didn't you
saying
have-
I'm going to help him.
Why didn't you have money when we got married?
I was a teacher when we met.
I know.
You knew.
I knew.
You had
Well,
potential. You
I
had
had-
potential.
I had no money either, but I did have
I know.
potential.
Neither one of us made my full-time teaching position the year we met was $16,500 was my salary. And yeah. And even after I think I did about 20 years off and on in the public schools, I still had, like, even with a master's degree, barely had hit 50. In fact, our son's first job out of college, he was making way more than I ever did as a teacher. And I was like, oh, if only I knew what an engineer was when I was growing up. I thought it was the guy that drove the train. Why would I want to do that?
Who also makes good money, by the way.
Right. And then I thought, when they came back, they're like, oh, you could be doctor, you could, or an engineer. And I was like, doctor, engineer, I don't understand. And of course, I grew up in a little town, Hillsboro in Oregon, and my parents barely made it out of high school. I didn't have anybody to ask. So I was just like, okay. My dad said, you should be a teacher. And I said, okay. That was my whole thought process. So yeah, poor Shelley.
Yeah, I know.
But
It's
I'm
sad-
glad. I mean, I'm lucky I was good at it, and I really like it, especially teaching at the small private school I teach at now. Fantastic.
Yeah, she does love the kids, and the kids love her.
Oh
so.
gosh, I love them so.
We do have single issues as PDFs on our site now for the first 4 issues. Okay, so
Cool.
what are we talking about here?
Yeah, if you want to taste a bass, we do offer those single episodes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Oh, my chest is so itchy.
Okay. I got you.
I could have made a great train driver, though. Yeah,
Shelley would have made
I
a
would have
great
had fun.
fan driver.
I would have been going through the things on the road, going woo, fireball. No, I only teach 2 classes, so it's pretty easy. And again, you should have married better, somebody that wasn't decrepit.
Don't feel bad. My son makes more than me as well, engineer.
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like when Josh was little, I saw him organizing his Hot Wheels by like color or function, and I was like, "Ooh, he's me." And so I taught him what an engineer was.
He could really do those transformers too. I was
and he would build these elaborate like Lego things, and I was like, "Oh yeah!" So now he's a mechanical engineer.
Awesome.
So now we're in a race every year to see who makes more money. So it's like I don't have to work
And-
way harder
yeah.
because he's doing
And
pretty
he married way better than you did too.
well. She's a teacher too.
I know, but she's gorgeous.
Well, you were.
I wasn't too bad back then.
No, you're beautiful now, but you were pretty.
Thanks, honey.
No, you were pretty hot back in the day when I married you.
So were you.
Yeah, well, those are the good. Yeah, when I had hair. Yeah, the good old days. See, Mitch doesn't know about that because he's still got hair.
I'm older than I look. But Brohawk ages like wine, so we all know that.
You used to have a nice caboose. When I
Oh,
taught step
God.
aerobics.
Me too.
11 classes
I
a
know how
week.
that feels.
All right, okay. They want us to refresh. We're getting way off the track. Speaking of railroads here, let's refresh this Bass Reeves.
Oh,
Whoa! Look at that,
All right.
22,695. Yeah, all righty.
awesome.
Thank you, audience. Rock on.
No, I really like that style. it's different.
What are we talking about now? Cabooses or the
my
art?
caboose now? No, my caboose is much lower now. David's like, whoa, can't Shelley stay in bed? But no, I like the style of the Bass Reeves. It's different. It's edgy. It's gritty. Ooh,
Oh,
gritty.
well, look at you use big
Look
words
at
like
me.
that.
Yep.
Dave's take on Bass is super duper unique.
Yeah, I like it.
Iodine74 says at an hourly rate at McDonald's now hires at the same equivalent to what I made as a web designer straight out of college the summer before the boom. How about that?
Yep.
Yeah, they're offering a $500 signing bonus down the street.
Wow.
You know, we have a place here, a local burger place called Burgerville.
So good.
And it's rated extremely highly nationally for cleanliness and stuff like that for fast food. But anyway, they're offering $300 bonuses.
Yeah.
So
It's too bad nobody wants to work anymore.
yeah.
I mean, that was, as far as high school, the most fun job I ever had was at Wendy's. We had a great time. Although I tend to do that anyway. Like, I have fun no matter what. I don't care. But yeah, it's too bad. Like a lot of kids now think, oh, it's so beneath me. Every single child should either have to work retail or fast food. Absolutely. Our daughter worked at Crumble Cookie, which is dangerous because they bring home lots of them. And our son worked at Just Sports.
Yeah, a sporting goods clothing place in a mall. So, they both got some experience.
But I think they all should have to do that or, spend 2 years serving somewhere, not necessarily a mission like that kind, but
doing something.
Peace Corps, something.
Other than watching TV. No, I'm glad to see that these places like McDonald's and Burgerville and stuff are offering bonuses because I've got a fallback if if I crash and burn at some point.
I mean, I think about it when I drive by. I'm like,
commitment
for $500.
It's like how long would I have to work?
2 weeks or like.
What was minimum wage when we?
Dude, minimum wage was like $2 when I was a kid.
I think it was like $4 and something when I worked. I mean, because my dad wouldn't let me work during high school. He wouldn't let my sister and I work. And so it was like after graduation. And I felt like I'd get a paycheck going, you've got to be kidding me. I have bank. Well, even like after like the first year we got married, neither one of us made over 20 grand that year. And then the next year, and when you did that Spider-Man one and we got a royalty check, we were taking
Spider-Man
pictures
backups
with it. We're like, oh my gosh. Right. Yeah.
We still got that picture someplace, me holding up the check. I'm never going to cash it.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, yeah, I am.
Yeah.
But, that was pretty amazing.
But if you look back, I mean, everybody should have to live in a crappy apartment. That's why I always tell the kids, like, we go down to our daughter's school at Grand Canyon University and their apartments are nicer than nicer than our first house or anything we have. Right. And I'm like, you guys should have to live in an apartment where you turn on the water and rusty water comes out or something like we had to, or like my furniture didn't have legs on it. Or, I mean, my kitchen table in college was a legit outdoor picnic table, but it played the best quarters. So that, I mean, we were like, okay, this works. But I think all kids should have to, our kids have zero concept of, like having to struggle and it's kind of our fault too, but
are you talking about our kids or just this generation?
Kids in general.
Okay, I was watching.
Cell phones, of course not. I mean, it wasn't even a thing, but I remember my dad's first cell phone. It was like ginormous.
We had this phone, like a dial phone in our.
Speaking of our wonderful children, there's Jessica.
That's our daughter-in-law right there. She loves Burgerville. So there you go. She's thinking about going in there.
That's why we approved of her.
$300 bonus. She's thinking about it.
Yeah, we said, you know what? You can marry anybody as long as they like Burgerville.
Exactly.
That's the key.
I was going to say, we had this phone on the wall of our dorm room, right? Mm-hmm. There's one in the hall, but there was also one in the dorm room, and it was like a dial, right? And I would never call home, right? So my mom every once in a while would just randomly, I'd get this call. It's your mother. How come you never call? And I'm just like, so I never call my daughter. I don't bug her at all because I'm like, well, she does. But so I figure if she wants something like money or maybe advice, she'll call me.
Well, the first year she FaceTimed me every day when she was gone.
She did.
Yeah.
But now
second year, every 2 or 3 days. Now
third year,
once a week.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm like, but I don't want to give them guilt. But But yeah, we're lucky we didn't have cell phones with cameras on them though. Growing up, can you imagine? We weren't the smartest generation. I mean, we
Well, any
drank
kid,
out of the hose and stuff. Whey!
any kids in college are not the smartest generation. So I'm glad there's not pictures following us around. That's for sure.
Right. Oh. So it says,
All
forgive me for being out of the loop, but is Mitch still drawing stuff for the Red
Well, we
Rooster
talked about
Adventure?
this early on,
Yeah.
but Mitch, you can go ahead and address that again.
I sketch and draw when I can, but I'm not drawing pages at the moment. So I've got a bit too many things going on to really give that my entire linear focus for now.
Which is great and kind of sad at the same time.
It is
right?
great and kind of I'm okay with it. I'm having a great time doing what I'm doing right now. So yeah, but there'll be stuff coming soon because I can't put that away for too long.
Right. Okay, guys. Well, we've been on for 2 hours, which is usually longer than we
That's more
run.
than I've been vertical in a long time.
I know. So any parting shots? Mitch, we'll go to you first. You want to get out there before we say goodnight?
Just ride with us on Bass. You won't regret it. It's an iconic work. It is great craftsmanship, top to bottom, cover to cover. It's David's. I think David believes this is his greatest work so far. I know personally. He told me it was his dark night, is what he called it.
Cool.
So,
cool.
and that was he's just see him shaking his head. So I got the quote right. So it's David's Dark Night. I think if you want to know, I think that says it all. You're going to want this one on your bookshelf. It's the greatest work to date of one of the best living illustrators, in my opinion.
I'm up there too, though, right, Mitch? In your opinion, I'm up there too, right?
In my opinion, yes.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. I just want to,
So
make sure.
close.
But Roadhawk on Bass is something truly special. I mean, it's a peanut butter and jelly.
Excellent. We all love that. David, what do you got to say for yourself?
I just want to thank everybody who supported it thus far, and I appreciate every single one of you, and I appreciate the Presties for giving us their platform to show the world, and I hope that everyone out there, if you can't afford it, please do us a favor and share it and let people know that this is available, and or try to convince them to buy it for you as a gift.
What kind of friend are you? Buy me this book.
Yeah. But I mostly just want to say thank you. It's been an honor to be a part of this project.
Well, it's I have to admit, I've only read the first issue because that was the one I was able to get a hold of, but it was tremendous, and I was like, I got to get these. I kept saying, I got to get these, and then when I saw that you were putting the whole thing together in one package, I was like, all right, I'll wait, and then I'll get it all together, and then I can read it all.
Maybe Shelley will get it.
That's right, and
I won't
maybe
have to pay for it.
Shelley use her charge card to buy it, and then I don't have to pay for it.
Sucker!
So it's
I used yours.
Smooth.
Nice.
Death Metal. He's been saying this all night. Good to see you on the streams, David. Come hang out more often.
Oh, we'll always love to have you on, David.
Yeah, that's right. You guys, open invitation anytime. Either one of you. I mean, David knows this, but Mitch, if you got something you want to promote or whatever, just message me and we'll get you back on.
Do you have
if you can suffer through it?
Yeah.
No, I'd love to.
Yeah, I would like to tell everybody I'm in a tight race with Raini right now.
It's a friendly race.
It's a friendly race, but it's a tight race, and I could use your support on Wraith of God Blood Hunters. So, like I said, if you're feeling that Western vibe, you're getting Bass Reeves, you're thinking, but what if Bass Reeves fought vampires? Well, you might want to check out Wraith of God. So it's kind of along those lines.
Yep.
Yeah, there's vampire chicks in this one.
And my parting shot would be, thanks for all your support. Been just crazy. I have 3 more radiation treatments, and then I'm done.
Awesome.
Yeah, and everybody, all the support and on Twitter and everything just has gotten me through some. The beginning was really hard for me because I didn't want to do radiation at all, and had a really bad attitude about it. And then once I got my mind wrapped around it and I was like, okay, these are my warrior rays, and everybody's like, you can do it, come on. It's gotten not so much easier, but just mentally better. And even at my school, they made t-shirts for breast cancer month for me and did a big thing, and all the teams wore it for the warm-ups. And then they did a thing about me at a volleyball game, and they bringing us meals. And I mean, just like the support, I never knew people really liked me at all. So that was really kind of nice. Like, yeah, even at our small school, yeah, just been, brings up all the feels, and it's so nice. And
good when you put in all that karma, and then you finally see it come back to you. And then
that's nice.
Thanks. Yeah, it's just been overwhelming, really.
Paul Billard's our resident engineer, and he says, "Will David get another Beetle with the proceeds? Pen a VW Christine adventure."
No,
I don't know.
Now, we addressed this, but Angry Gamer, maybe he's late to the party or he fell asleep during the show, which wouldn't be the first time something like that's happened. Where can I buy the previous Bass Reeves books? I assume he's talking about the comics. Well, go ahead, Mitch.
Well, I mean, I would recommend first that you get this one. So if you want to read the entire set, but if you buy the Indiegogo graphic novel in softer hardcover, but if you really are looking for the individual issues, there are some still available on walmart.com. You have to look for them. Other than that, you can get them in PDF form on our website, allegiancearts.com, or you'll have to hunt through a reseller. So for now, you may have to go to eBay.
That's right. But the entire series is in this collection right here.
The entire series of Bass Reeves is in this collection.
So that's probably the best way to go, unless, like you said, unless you're a floppy collector.
We got the $80 one. So if you guys are looking at getting like what's a good one for everything, that's what we're talking. So
there you go. Episodes 1 through 3 and episode 4 are available on our site as a digital download too. Okay, so there's some options. Paul Brillard wants to know if my vampire chicks are Hammer horror vampires, and they pretty much are. So those of you who know what that is will appreciate the question. All right, we're going to wrap it up, guys. As I break stuff. Thank you guys for joining us. It was fantastic to actually talk to somebody other than ourselves.
Except for me, yeah.
I meant other than ourselves.
Anytime. So, thank you guys so much for having us and for giving Bass Reeves your platform. And Shelley, I love your attitude. And
thank you.
I greatly appreciate your time.
Awesome.
All right, Bro Hawk. Thanks, man.
Guys.
See you guys. And guys in the chat, thank you for joining us. We couldn't do this if you weren't here to support it. So thank you so much. Yeah. Again, remember Bass Reeves. Remember Wraith of God Blood Hunters. They're both on Indiegogo right now, and check those out if you haven't yet. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday evening and a great week ahead, and we will see you soon.